Okay, this video is about some of these check for understanding questions with quadrilaterals and classifying and then solving using their properties. Okay, so first we are told that we have AC and BD as diagonals and that those 2 points intersect at E. Okay, so we are told that ABCD is a parallelogram with congruent diagonals. Okay, you should know that a parallelogram with congruent diagonals is called a rectangle. Okay, that's the first thing that we need to do is identify what shape this is. Okay, because then that will help us draw it correctly. So this is my attempt at drawing a perfect rectangle. Okay, it has 4 90-degree angles, and opposite sides are congruent, just like every other parallelogram. So I'm going to label this A, B, C, D around the outside, A, B, C, and D, and my diagonals intersect at point E. So here's all the stuff you have to do to draw your picture. Okay, so now we're told some lengths. We know that A to E is 10, so this much is 10 from A to E. AB is x plus 6, something plus 6, and no, it's not, BC. BC is x plus 6. Whoops, I'm getting ahead of myself. Come back here, self. BC is x plus 6, and AB is 12. Okay, so what I want to look at in solving this for x, if I knew the opposite side, that would be wonderful. I could just set them equal, but I don't. Some other things that I know that this forms a right triangle with right angle B. So if I knew what my whole entire hypotenuse was, I could use Pythagoras. Okay, and it's a good thing I know some other things about parallelograms. Okay, and that's that they bisect each other. So if this much here is 10 from A to E, that means EC is also 10. In fact, all of these things are 10 because the diagonals are congruent in a rectangle. So I'm going to set up a Pythagorean theorem relationship. Okay, x plus 6 squared, right? The side length is squared. So because it's an expression, I put it in parentheses. Plus 12 squared equals 20 squared. 20 is the whole entire length of my hypotenuse, okay, because both of those parts are 10. So now I have a nice equation that I can solve. Okay, remember when I multiply, or when I square x plus 6, that means I am multiplying it by itself. So I have to use distribution. X times x is x squared. X times 6 is 6x. Okay, and then I multiply the 6 times both sides, so I have another 6x, and 6 times 6 is 36. So when I multiply this thing out, when I square this binomial, I get x squared plus 12x plus 36. Okay, and then I have 144 from 12 squared, and then I have 400 from 20 squared. Okay, that's a 20 squared here, by the way. So a little bit more simplifying gives me x squared plus 12x plus 180 equals 400. So I have a squared term, I have an x term, and I have a number term. So that means I'm going to make this into a quadratic by bringing the 400 onto this other side. Okay, so what I want to do there, I'm going to insert another page so that we can do some more work. Okay, so we can continue on with this. So it's x squared plus 12x minus 220 equals 0. Okay, so hopefully this is a factorable quadratic. What numbers multiply to give you negative 220 and add to give 12? Okay, and there aren't a whole heck of a lot, but 22 and 10 are two of them. Right, 22 times 10 is 220. 22 minus 10 is 12. So my factors become x plus 22 and x minus 10. Those are the two things that multiply together to give me this quadratic. So then I need to solve each of these, right? Set them both equal to 0 and solve them. So either x is negative 22 or x is positive 10. And since this is a geometry class, we can't have a negative length, so we're going to go with x equals 10 as your answer. Okay, x equals 10. So now let's go back and see if there's anything else we need to do. Oh, it just says solve for x. So x equals 10 is your solution, and it looks like we're done. Okay, so a parallelogram with congruent diagonals is a rectangle. And we set up and solve a Pythagorean theorem problem where we do a little bit of algebra and we factor in order to get x equals 10.